Hello and thanks for joining me. Today I want to show you how I made this clown birthday card. You pull the little clown's head down and it says, "It's your day." So on the clown hat I have "Wish Big," and then it says "It's your day," and you can put any sentiment on here and then it can slide right back up in here. I got this idea from the flower pot card that I've made before, where this pulls out. This hat is the same dimensions as the flower pot, it's just turned upside down. So let's get started. You'll need a piece of cardstock. This happens to be Orchid Opulence, and the measurements on this is 3.5 by 8 3/4. Now you're going to take and score it, and I've already pre-scored mine, but you're going to score it, and I just use my bone folder and scoring tool. Then we're going to fold, and I folded this 1 3/4 inch up, and then the 7/8 inch down, and the 5 1/4 inch goes down like this. So it's going to look like this for you. Now to get the hat part, you're going to take your cutter and you're going to mark, in fact let me do this with the ruler instead before we cut it. This is 3.5 inches long, so the middle of that would be 1 3/4. So I'm going to go an inch or a quarter of an inch on each side. So I'm going to mark this at 2 and at 1 1/2. And then I'm going to turn this over and kind of carry that mark around, or I guess you could just mark it on the other side too. I'm going to mark it at 2 again and 1 1/2. And that lets the hat have a part that's going to stay together, and you'll see in just a minute. So then you take your cutter, make sure you fold this down because you don't want to cut that, and you're going to line that mark and then this score line up on your cutting tool, and then you're going to cut that up at an angle. And the reason why you did both sides is because you're going to flip that over and you're going to do the same. You're going to take that mark and then the end of your paper here, or the score line, and I tend to do it from the top, bottom to the top, because I can cut and have more pressure that way, and you cut up. So this is what the hat looks like, and see how it's still stuck together. Now I scalloped the edge of this with the scallop border, and then I also put a strip of paper, and this strip is 3/4 of an inch by 3.5, and it goes right here. And for time's sake, I've already done that. So I've scalloped it and I put this piece of paper in there, so there's a difference in the color. And so the other thing that I did to decorate it, let me put this one here, is I used my itty bitty bits punch, the cupcake, and I punched those out in the circles with the punch pack, and those I stamped in black, and I punched them all out, and then I left one for the ribbon and then also for the top of the hat. And this is how that turned out. So this top circle is 3/4 inch circle, and I sponged around that, and then I have one of those cupcakes that I punched out and did in the Orchid Opulence so it would be a different color. So I put that on, and I've been using my two-way pen, glue pen, and a tweezers would be nice, but I can't find it right now. So I'm gonna go without a tweezers, and I just put this in the middle. And then just put this on the hat. Okay, so the hat is done, and as you notice, I used another one of the punch pal punches, and I just punched out 2 little flowers. At first I put it in too high, and then when I was working with it, before you close it up, you're going to want to put like a little stopper in there. That's what that is for. So the hat is done. I'm going to put that to the side. To make the face of the clown, you'll need a circle that's 3.5, or excuse me, the circle is 3 1/4 round. Mine isn't as round, and I kind of like it because the face isn't exactly round. I used a ribbon spool to cut out my circle. I traced it and then cut it out. Of course, on my want list or now is the Circle Scissors Plus from Stampin' Up, and that way you can do any size circle a lot quicker. So you're going to need one of those, and then you're also going to need to cut one for the hair, and it's the same size. Now I've sponged the face, and then I've also sponged the hair. So you're going to cut the top part of the hair off, and this measures, let me measure it for you, 1 1/4. So it's going to fit right up here on the top for the hair after you cut it off. And then you just take your scissors and you cut little slats in it for the hair. Now when I'm cutting hair, I'm not going to do all this for you for, again, time's sake. I already cut it and made the face, and I'm going to tell you all the dimensions of this. When I cut the hair, after I cut up, I take little snips off of the hair to make it jagged like this. Just because, I don't know, to me it looks a little bit more like hair, and no one's hair is just flat against their head like this. So that's how I did that. For the rest of the face, I took 1/2 circles, and this is kind of like the eyeshadow in the eye for the clown. Those are 1/2 circle punches, and again I sponged those. And then I took the punch pal, again pack, which is this little one, and that's what I did for the white of the eye, and that would go there. And then I just took a regular, I call it a school punch, like this, for the black or the pupil of the eye. And then you can just take a white gel pen and put a little sun catch on there for the eyes. So that's the eyes. For the nose, that is a 3/4 inch, because these are 1/2 inch. So this is a 3/4 inch punch, sponged, and then I put a dimensional on that. The blush of the Rosy of the Cheeks is the 1/2 inch punch again, and I used the blush blossom to edge that, or to ink that up. And then also I used the heart punch, heart to heart, to do the little mouth, and that is in the same Orchid Opulence as the hat. And then I sponged that with Perfect Plum to make that, give that some dimension. So that's our hat, or excuse me, our face. And then you're going to need for the sentiment, which pulls out, and I did the tag, the regular tag, large tag, and the regular tag, or the small tag. Anyway, the 2 tags that Stampin' Up has, I did those 2, because when you put it up in the hat, it fits perfectly up in there once you get it situated, and it doesn't show. And so I needed something that was going to kind of be angled a little bit, and when I found that, it was perfect. So I punched both of these out, and then I stamped "It's Your Day" on there. So that goes on. And I will have all these dimensions on the video, so you won't have to hurry up and write them down. And then you put that on the back of the clown's head. So put a little bit of tape back here at the very bottom. And then this is going to slide up, and see how this is going to get stopped by that stopper? That's exactly what you want. And then this comes and stands there. And then how I get it to close, I use the same idea as the ribbon on the other one. And you wrap this around your hat, and you're going to glue it down. And then you're going to use one last punch on a dimensional, and you're going to cover that up. Otherwise, if you want to, you can also put that on the back. So that's how I made it stay together. And I just want to make sure that I have enough time, so I'm going to just show you how I did that. You wrap it around, put it right there, and then that's how I made this. So, it's your day, wish big. I hope you can try one, and again, I'll put the dimensionals on the video. Have a great day.